Is there anything that you are currently doing to help upskill seniors towards becoming more staff level?
Thanks, Kenneth. I think this is a really good question. So, is there anything that I'm currently doing to help upskill seniors to become more staff like? So, if you are a senior in this position and you would like to become more staff like, please do reach out to me. I would love to help and coach you towards that goal. But in saying that, let's answer the question. Is there anything I'm currently doing? So, first off, I need to know that you are a senior that wants to become more like a staff because that's quite important. And, it's also a good thing to note that not all seniors want to become staff. Likewise, not all intermediates want to become seniors and so on. So it's perfectly fine if you want to stay where you are. But in saying that, I definitely would love the opportunity to coach seniors to become more staff like. And I think I would start off by saying, you know, as you move up the ladder to staff, you're becoming more strategic in your thinking and more proactive. So it's more about incorporating those facets into your decision making and actions. So if I see a senior working on something and I think that decision or change could be more impactful, I'll definitely reach out to them and say, hey, have you considered this? It actually would benefit this team as well, or these people as well, or these customers. Like, yeah, you got to start thinking multidimensionally and how you can affect multiple teams to be the most impactful.
No, I'm not currently like working with anyone directly to upskill them towards staff. I do think this is something that does happen naturally, because senior or staff, like we always aim to upskill people, right? In one-on-ones, in group pairings, whatever. This AMA is all the staff support engineers helping others who want to go for that, right? But it's not something active, and I think that also makes sense because you do need to keep in mind that the staff role is at the same job grade as the manager role, and with that comes the fact that there has to be a business need for a staff promotion to happen, right? Business has to say, yeah, that makes sense to have, I don't know, 8 staff support engineers in support. But not specifically, yeah, like in one-on-ones, in group pairings, wherever, we all talk about expectations of the role, our struggles maybe in the role, and I think all that does help upskill. Nobody has asked me specifically for going for staff. Feel free to reach out, of course. But also, I think there is a degree of passively doing that by leaving opportunities for others to grow. Because as a staff SE, you might want to stop doing some of the things you did before. They are now very easy for you. You're very used to them. You have already done them. And so it does happen quite a lot, honestly, that I identify something that should be done. It's not super urgent, maybe, so I don't just do it. And so instead I write it down, right, and say, hey, I noticed this. We should fix that by doing X, Y, Z. If you see that, you can pretty much assume that picking that up and doing it is something you can put into your promo doc. That's, yeah, I might not be as clear about that as I should be. But at the same time, I do have to say, I unfortunately, it feels like most people don't really have capacity to pick up these kinds of things. I end up doing a lot of them myself after waiting for some time. But that is a way, I think, that, yeah, as I said, like passively, not super targetedly, also is me trying to provide opportunities for others to grow towards. Yeah. Doesn't necessarily have to be a staff role, but grow in general.
I am absolutely working to upskill seniors and otherwise do what I can to level up the entire GitLab support team. That's something that is really important to me, and it's just a really exciting part of the staff support engineer role. The work that I do in that space can take a variety of forms. Sometimes it's impactful, if infrequent, interactions with people where we focus on leadership in general and thinking about how to think about problems. Sometimes it's a very specifically focused, time-bound internship where we're focusing on deepening expertise in a particular technical topic. Sometimes it's building up fellow support stable counterparts and all kinds of different things in between. One of the elements of that kind of work that may not be apparent and can be super frustrating sometimes is that it's not always super attributable. So if I spend some time working with someone to deepen their expertise in GraphQL, and they then go on and help other people, help customers leveraging what I help them learn, it might not be super obvious that I had a hand in that. I played a role, I helped that person, and that's okay. Like, that's correct. At this level, my goal is to maximize the impact that I have for the effort that I'm expending. But it can be difficult to come to terms with because I'm used to having some artifact to demonstrate my work. But I still have plenty of other areas in which I have ways to directly attribute my impact. And it is genuinely like very fulfilling and satisfying and rewarding and exciting and amazing when I see a ticket where someone who I was helping like knocks it out of the park by making use of some of the knowledge they gained during our time focused on whatever thing. Like, that's super cool to see. So that's the like other side of that work not always being super attributable. And I don't like that might sound super obvious, but it has taken some effort for me to like identify that and come to terms with that and be okay with that.
Good question, Kenneth. I'm not really aware of anything I'm doing that's specific about upskilling seniors towards becoming staff. The four of us have different strengths. I'm open to mentoring folks in any area they think I can help, whether it's pathway to being staff or database or anything else. But I don't really self-identify as capable of mentoring. I'm as much of a work in progress as anybody else, and it wouldn't be about me pointing to a path and saying that's the way to go, you know, follow that route. It'd be more like you saying, hey, maybe that's the way to go, and then we can both walk that way and find out. It would be new for both of us, and we'd both be learning. So anyone who's watching, if you think I can help, please reach out.